Welcome to Earrings Off. I'm Lou.
And I'm Teresa. Let's get started.
Okay, Teresa. We are going to talk about this upcoming year.
You're going to make me do that, right?
Yeah. I mean, I hate it too.
You can't just be springing this kind of stuff on me.
I hate it too, but I'm actually doing it for purely selfish reasons.
Okay.
I figured that if I put this out into the public domain about what I'm going to actually do in 2020, I might do it. But then as I sit here saying that, I doubt it's going to have any more of an impact with me saying it publicly.
It's the whole resolution plan, right?
Yeah, but we're going to talk about what do you want to see in this upcoming year? I'm not talking about on a global scale and nationally, but
okay, Lou, what my plans or my hopes for the new year?
For the new year. And remember, you and I talked about we're actually going to be more intentional this year.
Yeah.
About figuring out what we want to do and the steps it's going to take us to get there. Yeah. So, all right.
Okay. When I think of that, I can't help but think of it in categories.
Okay.
For myself, for my personal life. For my personal life, I want to exercise more. As of late, I've been working a lot of long hours, and I've been neglecting that. And I'd like to get back on exercise, and I want to take a page from your book.
Yeah.
And I want to start my exercise journal.
Well,
I'm excited about that.
Well, let me tell you, when you talk about exercise, let me share with you something I saw this week. There was a lady that I go to yoga with, and she had hip replacement a few weeks ago. But Teresa, when I tell you that she just had it maybe a month or so ago, she is back in there. She's working out. And I'm looking at her and I was thinking, oh my goodness, how is she able to work through that? I mean, to the point that I'm seeing her doing so well from it. But it's just, first of all, what you and I know, she was in great shape before this.
Surgery.
So she had something to work with. And then she is so committed. I'm just looking at her regain her mobility, and she just had that done. So I was encouraged by that.
Yeah, that encourages me.
Yeah.
That.
So
yeah. The other big thing I want to do is get home more. My mom is getting older.
Yeah.
I'd like to visit
Skype's
her more.
just not doing it.
It's not doing it. And I realized that Thanksgiving that I need to spend more time with her, and even my brothers and their children.
You might spend more time, if she gave you a key, but that's just me. But go on.
I need a key, Mama. And the other big thing, there are a few other things too, but the one I want to highlight is I want to get back into the kitchen and cook more.
Oh, yeah.
And I really want to start back working on my recipes. You know how I love to develop recipes.
Yeah.
And because I do have some hope someday to put them in a book.
You talked about that.
Yeah, so I want to get back in the kitchen. So
what do you mean that some hope someday? I thought that was a goal of yours for 2020 to actually put them in something, no?
I don't know that I'll be ready for 2020. The other thing that I have on my list of things to accomplish is a calendar.
Oh,
that
yeah.
will
Okay,
feature,
that's what you talked about. Okay.
That will feature herbs and how to use them in cooking. Right?
Okay. So you want to do that for 2020.
That's 2020. I got to check that one off for 2020.
Okay.
And then maybe 2021 I'll be ready to do a cookbook. We'll see.
Okay.
And my professional life, I'd like to do a lot of professional development. I was recently promoted, and I've had a lot of fires to put out. Not so much focusing on the job and improving in that. So I want to focus on that now.
Okay.
And what that looks like. I think I want to attend a couple of professional development conferences, and I want to commit to reading at least 6 books off of the list of 100 that I have, 100 plus books that I have on my list. So
really, you've got that many books. You mean business related?
Yeah,
professional development. Wow.
Development
Okay,
book.
yeah.
And I bought myself one for Christmas. That wasn't on my list that my boss recommended that I read. And because he's reading it, I'm going to go ahead and read that one first.
Okay.
But I'm pretty excited about that one.
Okay. Okay.
And for earrings off, honey, I cannot
Oh,
leave
yeah.
that off.
Yeah.
So what my goal and my hope for us for earrings off in 2020 is that we provide content that our listeners just cannot do without.
Oh,
so
yeah.
we need their help
Yeah.
with that one. So
Yeah.
we're hoping that you will reach out to us at earringsoff@gmail.com.
And that, but Teresa, that's something that we talked about, you and I, in terms of earrings off, being more intentional this coming year about our marketing and how we're going to make sure we can get that information from listeners. And, maybe it's just me, but I think we produce some good stuff already. So how can we be more intentional in making sure folks know that information is out there? Because we're on iTunes now and Google Podcasts and Spotify, and of course we have our website, but it's not doing us any good if people aren't accessing it. So that's a good one for us to work on.
Yep. And overall, I just want us to connect with our listeners.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that we can plan some retreats or some conferences.
Well, I told you, we've actually had a request already for a retreat.
Right.
And so I was encouraged by that.
Yeah. So that's what I'm hoping with Earrings Off. The big thing there is to just connect with our listening audience.
Yeah.
What about you, Lou? What do you got?
Well, I'm going to tell you, I wish I had yours, but of course I can identify with some of those. But I'm telling you, I'm going to put on my list the same thing I've had on. I don't even know what my life would actually look like if I didn't put lose weight on my list every year. I mean, it's been on there so consistently. I probably would be one of those people. If I didn't have that, I don't know what I would do. I may not have anything on it, but that's always the number one, is to just get healthier. And of course, I've fallen off the wagon with the one dessert a week, because with the holidays, that just didn't take much for me to give that up. So I'm going to try to return to that. I'm not going to try. I am going to go back to that. So, and to just get healthier. I've always, the exercise, that's my thing. So I always got that box checked off. Now, if I could just couple that with better eating habits and just trying to be more intentional about what I'm actually putting in my body. So I'm going to try to be more focused on that. A big challenge for me, of course, is that I don't like to cook. That is, I don't cook. And so because of that, when I have to get something to eat, then I'm always going somewhere and picking up something. If my husband's not there, if he's not cooking, or we're not going somewhere, then that leaves me to my own devices. And usually that means going to get something that may not be the best choice. So just trying to be more focused on that. I am going to write more this coming year. I'm going to be more focused on actually setting up a writing schedule, to not just do it when I feel like it, but to set up times. I've been very good the last week or two in scheduling a room at the library, so I can go during the day and just carve out a couple of hours to work. And what I'm finding when I do that, my mind is just like when I would go to work. It's cueing me, okay, you're going to the library. This is your time to write. Serious. So yeah, and so I've been good about that. I want to do a bit more of that. I attended a workshop on writing a couple of weeks ago. That was good. I hope to do more of that, and maybe do a writers conference. So I want to do that, and I too want to go. Yeah, it's good stuff. Because that one that I just attended, they gave me some great tips on how to get published and some possible things I might do. So I'm going to work on that more this year.
Nice. That sounds nice.
And I too want to go home more. Since I don't have the work schedule, that was part of the reason for me coming out, is so that I can spend some more time with my family. So I'm looking forward to that. I want to travel. We've got a family trip planned with the new grandbaby, so we can do more of that. So that's what I hope to do more of this coming year.
Ah, that sounds really good.
Yeah.
I really like the idea of the family
Oh yeah.
traveling and
Oh yeah.
new grandbaby exposing her
Oh yeah.
and watching her eyes just light up when she sees and experiences new
Yeah.
things.
So I just want to enjoy life.
Yeah.
And to be more intentional about that.
Yeah,
And
sounds real good.
but as I do that, I am going to be a committed citizen in terms of keeping up with what's going on with the election, keeping up with the issues, and I only get one vote, but I'm going to stay engaged. And that is a challenge for all of us as we approach this new year, that we don't get lost in terms of what we need to do to make good decisions and to support people who are brave enough to run. Because that's a hard thing. I've
That
worked
takes
with
a lot of
politicians,
courage.
and that's not easy to be in the public eye. And nobody's perfect, but when you make a mistake, your mistakes are amplified. But so I want us all to be engaged and to be committed to making this country.
I think we should do a podcast on that.
Oh yeah.
On our responsibilities as a citizen.
Absolutely. And actually, I'm a little ahead of you on that.
Oh, okay.
Because I
All
definitely planned on writing a blog about
Okay,
that.
very good.
And so we're going to talk about our responsibilities as citizens, because our job, each one of us, is to be on guard so that this nation can be the best that it can be. And so we look forward to that.
And because, as we know,
And when we know better, we do better, we expect better.
that's right. Thank you for listening.
Have a good day.